Okay, so I'm doing another video, and I did one tonight because this is just the video from my orientation today, my first day. Because I completely forgot that the first video I did was I guess kind of like part one of this orientation, because I did it from start to finish, but I forgot at the end of the orientation we actually took, we had a class because we had an assignment to do. And I completely left that out of the video. So maybe this will be brief. I always say that and then run like 10 minutes long. But we had an assignment given to us like a couple days before. Well, actually a couple weeks before the orientation. We had to case brief our first case. And like, she shut us down. Seriously. So, this is what happened in my class. Okay, so for my class, our teacher that we're going to have for the rest of the semester, it was legal research and writing, which was the class today. Our teacher did not teach the class. She was in the class watching us, but the director of the two Okay, so we were given two, like this first assignment. This is pretty thick, and I highlighted some stuff, so we had to read that. That was just telling us, like, if you saw the title, kind of like an introduction into what's going to happen. Then, then we had to read this, which was very helpful for our first assignment. Okay, so I highlighted a few things there because if you notice here's some like telling us what we're going to have to do, and an example of a little short case brief. So that was awesome, and that looks like it's, yeah, anyway, that was awesome. And so they kind of went through how to do a case brief shortly. So then we got our actual assignment, which was this case brief, or this case to do. So from this case, which is, I don't know, like 5 pages thick, here's my highlighted stuff again. I like to highlight a lot. This is my case brief. It looks like it's 1 page, you know, start with the title, and those are the things that we needed to address, okay? So I thought I did pretty good. Other people that were looking at my stuff were like, oh, it looks like you did a good job. Now let me tell you, please prepare, okay? I did this like 30 minutes before the orientation started at work because I don't know why I was putting it off. I'm not a procrastination person. But anyway, okay, so the case brief notes. She told us they need to be 1.5 pages or 2 pages. Now, I did Google a lot. I literally Googled how to do a case brief. I only found like 4 sites, but they were very helpful. And they were exactly what the teacher wanted. I didn't follow them correctly because I thought that this little, or that other little piece of paper, this little piece of paper was exactly what the teacher wanted. But she told us to read that, I guess. So, I also YouTubed how to do a case brief, and then you'll see this, I think it's like a purple background, and they have good videos. And it's like, if you want to watch more of these videos, go to lawschoolvideos.com or something like that. Anyways, it was very helpful. So check those out. And in one of the videos, he mentions IRAC, which is like a form of facts, issues. So FI. R is, I think, rationale, and A is analysis, C is conclusion. So the teacher, she let us know, cares more about the analysis than the conclusion. And an example they gave in this paper that we had to read is, if I'm blindfolded and you have to talk me up the stairs, I care more about how detailed you are in helping me get up these steps than I care about standing at the top of the steps. You see what I mean? Like, it's more important to tell me how you derive at standing at the top of those steps so I can get there. So she said that's pretty much what a judge would want, or a supervisor, a senior associate would want you to do. Because when you first start out, you will be researching and writing, doing a lot of researching and writing. You will not even touch a court case for years because they want you to get experience. So, facts, there are historical facts and procedural facts. Make sure you jot those down somewhere. Historical facts are facts that had previously happened. Procedural facts are facts that happened in the case that you're doing. There's an overarching issue in this particular case, and then there's a focus issue. So then you have to do your analysis, which is why and how did the court come to that conclusion. So that's very detailed, remember, that's the biggest part. And then prove what the current law is and how the law compares to your case. So basically in these case briefs, they're so brief because you don't want to read the whole case, it doesn't matter. Basically you want to get the main subject, like if it was causation or intent or something. You want to get that and be able to take it to this other case and compare it and be like, well, in this case they ruled this because of this, and in this case, in my case, it's the same thing as this case. You see what I'm saying? So it's like comparing cases, just like you do now when you're like arguing with somebody and be like, well, you said the same thing the other day. They're more likely to be like, ooh, you're right. So anyway, so she told us 3 things you need to do. 1, read over your case. Just read over it. Sit on your hands and read over it. 2, read over the case and jot notes in, like, highlight like you saw that I was doing. And the 3rd time you're going to go over it is after class, which is why you need to prepare it to have a lot of study time for class and just study and preparation. The 3rd time is after class when they tell you you did this wrong. You redo it and figure out why. Reread the thing. And what she told us is, 1, you are always wrong. And 2, try to speak out in class because, well, 3 heads are better than 1, like they say. We come to a conclusion together, which is what lawyers do now. And so that's how they say that. They work like that anyways. Try to get in groups. I wouldn't be very eager, like in your first class or in your orientation, to find a group, but try to find a group so that you guys can work together and bounce ideas off like they said. Let's see. That was pretty much it. We didn't get an assignment. In another video later, because it's really late, I'm going to show you my books, my backpack, which I did buy a backpack. I haven't had a backpack since like high school, I think. Not even high school. So, my books, my backpack, and my color coordination process of how I prep to start law school. Okay? So, that was quicker than normal. So that's pretty much it. Oh, I'm going to tell you a couple things that I did ask my teacher about, which you should probably find out, and they probably will tell you. 1, get previous exams. Because if you know how to look at the previous exams and prepare for them, then you'll do good on your exam. 2, they are, well, some, I don't know how yours is, but mine, and most of them are more than willing to, you come to them in their office hours and they'll explain, like, if you get your work done and you want to come to them early, and they'll explain, like, okay, you're missing some pieces, go back and change it, blah, blah, blah. Which means you need to get your work done early enough that you can make those changes and go back. So don't do it like an hour before class and then be like, can you help me, knowing they're going to explain it in class. If this is your first class, they're going to explain it. If you're further along, well, they're not, and you probably don't want to watch this video. But anyway, that was it. That's it for me. Good night. Thanks for watching.